This is David Harrison Greis, and welcome to the Greis Report, where we believe that every day fighting fascism is a good day to be alive. So if you would like to hit that subscribe button, thank you to all of our subscribers already. Please hit that subscribe button and help us fight fascism, because every day that we get to do this, we get to bring you the truth, and we get to actively fight fascism, because all of us together, we must make sure that we are not complicit in this administration's fascist nightmare. We deserve better. The American people deserve better. The American country deserves better, and this includes all of the immigrants from everywhere in the world that live here, because you are, in my heart, Americans. So welcome to the show. Tonight we're starting off with the biggest story in everybody's mind. That's not Putin and Epstein, because those are still two big stories. Remember, release the Epstein files. Just do it already. All right. So basically what's going on right now, there's a legal battle in Washington, D.C. As you know, I've been covering this on this show every single day since it started. There is a federal takeover currently of Washington, D.C., where the Mad King wannabe Donald Trump is actually trying to federalize the police force, or he has federalized the police force. And this is the Metropolitan Public Police Force that defends Washington, D.C. from actual crime. So what they're doing now is that the mayor is fighting back, because what happened is Pam Bondi, as I mentioned, it issued an executive order on behalf of the federal government, which then came down to Pamela Smith, the chief of police in Washington, D.C., who actually issued that executive order, that now the different kinds of collaboration can occur between the ICE officers. Traffic stops can now be counted as ICE interactions. They can communicate and all of this other stuff that wasn't happening before, because Washington, D.C. was not necessarily a sanctuary city, but it was definitely more of a safe space than it is now. So Judge Anna Reyes currently has issued a proclamation that states that the DOJ must revise putting DEA Chief Terry Cole in charge of the Metropolitan Police Force and return the control of the police force to the public. We're going to see what actually happens here, and we're going to follow up on that probably with a short later on, so we'll be keeping our eye on that. If you like what you hear so far tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any interaction you want to have with us. Always happy to engage with our viewership, because you make this show what it is. And remember, music festival footage, if you got it, we want it. We want to boost it. We want to show it to the people. All right, so let's move on. To conclude with the segment, we're going to do two stories on ICE. So number one, in the last and the latest of a long line of horrible abuses by the ICE Gestapo, an 18-year-old by the name of Benjamin Marcelo Guerrero-Cruz was abducted outside of his residence in LA. He was walking his dog very close to his residence. He's currently a charter school student at Reseda Charter High School in Los Angeles. He was abducted by the ICE Gestapo while walking his dog, and then the Gestapo proceeded to actually tie his dog to a tree, clip the collar, and let him loose in the LA heat. Now, according to my research, willful abandonment of an animal is a misdemeanor, and I believe those agents should be charged with animal abuse and charged with a misdemeanor, and they should not be getting off lightly. And then a moment of silence for a life lost. Thank you for your consideration. Another act of cruelty by the ICE Gestapo. A day laborer in California, specifically in Monrovia, California, was struck and killed by a car or vehicle on the 210 freeway. This happened because he was waiting at a Home Depot for jobs, which is something that the ICE Gestapo know about, and they actually go and actively raid Home Depots. And Home Depot, shame on you. You need to help stop this. It's your responsibility. It's happening on your property. Do something about it. So this guy, somebody called out La Mira, corre. So that means ICE is coming, run away. He ran, just like everybody else. Now, Monrovia PD witnessed this event. They didn't necessarily witness him getting struck, but they witnessed him running and everything else, and they witnessed about 13 people getting arrested. Department of Homeland Security, according to the Huffington Post, they are denying any involvement in that anything ever happened. If they can deny, and they're committing crimes that lead to the deaths of innocent people, we have a real problem on our hands. We must hold them accountable, including anybody who assists them and collaborates. My name is David Harrison Greis. This is the Greis Report. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night.